Hello students, today we will see what is a waveguides. So waveguides, basically a waveguide is a hollow metal pipe designed to carry microwave energy from one point to another. So basically a radio frequency is there. So for transmission of radio frequency we will require the waveguides. So waveguide is just like a metal pipe and used to design for the carrying of microwave energy from one point to another point. So basically higher frequency like ultra high frequency, then super high frequencies. So for these frequencies we have to use the waveguides. So it is just like a hollow metal pipe and which will carry the microwave energy from one point to another points. So for the waveguides we will see uh, the basic structure of waveguides. That is first one we will go for the rectangular waveguides. So if you go for the rectangular waveguides, like there are three dimensional coordinates x, y, sorry, x, y and z coordinate system. So on this one I will draw the rectangular coordinates. So this is the A and this one is a, this area is a B. So this is a hollow tube or hollow pipe is there, and from this one we have to pass the frequency like this one. From this direction we have to pass the frequencies. So frequency will be look like this one. So I assume in this particular hollow tubes this frequency I have to pass it. So it has a some sort of, this wave will be incident inside this particular hollow pipes, then again reflected, then again incident, again reflected, again incident, again reflected. So this type of transmission will, microwave energy transmission will be takes place in these hollow tubes. So rectangular waveguides, there must be used for the transmission of electromagnetic waves also, and it has a cross sectional area having A and B, both are the sizes are there. So the ratio of B by A is 0.5, means the height of B is double to that of height of A is there. Similarly, we have to go for the different modes of the waveguides. Before this, we will go for the application of waveguides. So in applications, we have to use the waveguides for the transmission of microwave signals or in microwave spectrums between antenna and transceiver. It is also used for the rotational joints. Then it is used in the corners. that we have to see it afterwards. Then bends, tapers, twist, n number of applications are there. Again, it will be used for the navigation aids. It is used in the satellite power transmissions. Waveguide is used to cavity resonator to carry the input and output signals. It is used also used in the cavity resonators. Then we will see the waveguide propagation modes. Here I will draw it. So in waveguide propagation modes, basically this type of propagations is used for the transmission of microwave frequencies. So I will take the help of books. So from book, if you refer this, here we have the 1.3 waveguide propagation modes. So propagating modes of electromagnetic energy within a waveguides correspond to solution of Maxwell equation for a particular waveguides. So waveguides has definite cutoff frequency for each allowed modes. So every waveguide has its cutoff frequency. Then for given modes, if the frequency of each allowed modes, for given modes, if the frequency of signal is above cutoff, the electromagnetic energy can be transmitted through waveguides without attenuations. Then waveguides propagation mode depends on the wavelength, polarization, shape and size of waveguides. So this type of propagation basically depends on the wavelength, frequency, polarization, shape and size of waveguides. In definitions, we will go for basically it is a electromagnetic energy propagate along the waveguides in the form of definite field pattern. It's called waveguide modes. So in waveguides, signal will propagate as electromagnetic waves. All electromagnetic waves consist of electric magnetic fields propagating in the same direction, travel but perpendicular to each other. So here we will see different modes of classification for different waveguide modes. Just remember, there are the two modes are there. Means in this waveguides, assume this is a waveguides, rectangular waveguides. So this is a hollow surface. So we have to pass the frequency inside these hollow tubes or hollow metal pipes are there. So for passing of different frequencies, we will call this one as a propagation. Means wave will be or frequency will be propagated. Propagation or propagated. So these propagation are again two types are there. Longitudinal mode and transverse mode. So in transverse mode we have TEM mode, TE mode, TM mode and hybrid mode. Hybrid mode means combination of TE and TM mode, not a TEM. That is a combination of electric and magnetic. So we will see how the propagation will look like. Just remember, here I will draw it, how the electric and magnetic fields are generated. Already we will draw it. This is X, this is Z and this is Y. Okay. So there are the two waves are there in electromagnetic waves. The first one is electric and another one is magnetic. So electric wave will be represented by E while magnetic wave will be represented by H. So just remember, on x-axis the electric wave are traveled. So this will be vertical waves. Okay. So this will call as a electric. Okay. Then magnetic field, that should be parallel to the z axis. So how it will be look like? I will draw it like this one. So just remember, this will be perpendicular to each others. So like this one is vertical and this one is horizontal. Similarly, like this. So these are the magnetic waves. So here we have the E bar, that is electric field, and H bar is the magnetic fields. So both the fields, that is E bar and H bar, both, that is electric field and magnetic field, both are the perpendicular to each others. Just remember this. Okay. So this wave will be transmitted in this particular hollow metal pipe designed to carry microwave energy from one point to another points. So if we have to change this, that is E bar and H bar, in terms of propagations, we will call this one as a transverse mode. Okay. So in TEM mode, both the waves are transmitted, that is electric wave and magnetic wave. In TE modes only electric waves are transmitted, TM mode magnetic waves, and hybrid mode both the waves are transmitted. Okay. So now we will go for the first one, that is TEM mode. Listen here. TEM, that is transverse electromagnetic modes, the long form. Okay. So here we will draw the figures that both the waves are perpendicular to each other. So in transmission line, along with the length of line, both electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular, that is transferred to the direction of wave. This is known as TEM mode. Means already we will draw the wave, that is electric and magnetic waves are perpendicular to each other. Okay. For TEM mode waves, Ez will be equal to 0 and Hz will be equal to 0. Means wave will not be on the z axis, that is three axes are there. That is x, z and y. Okay. So Ez equal to 0 means the wave will not travel on the electric wave or not travel on the z axis. So it will be on what? Like this one. Already we will draw it. Similarly, Hz equal to 0 means what? The magnetic wave will not be travel on the z axis. Okay. So hence all field components along xy direction, that is Ex, Ey, Hx, Hy vanish, and TEM wave cannot be exist inside the waveguides. So that waveguide is not possible. But if you see this on the top side, here we will get wave propagation of magnetic fields. So magnetic field is what? It is a circular one, and the electric fields are there. So it is what? It is a vertical, and magnetic fields are circular one. So both the fields are what? Perpendicular to each other. So that wave will not exist in the waveguides. Then we will go for the another modes, that is T and TM modes, that is transverse electric and transverse magnetic modes. So for this one, we will go for directly the circuit diagram here. Just remember, this is the TE modes, transverse electric mode. Actually here it is a electric fields. Here again we have the electric fields. Okay. So in transverse electric, we have Ez equal to 0. Transverse electric, just remember, this is a y-axis and x-axis. So wave will be travel like on this surface. that is x and y. So Ez equal to what? 0. Okay. So this wave will be look like inside the rectangular waveguide. So here electric fields. Okay. So the basic definition of what? When the electromagnetic waves propagated, here the waves will be propagated down to hollow tubes. Only one of either electric or magnetic wave will be traversed to the direction of wave propagations. Another field will look longitudinally to direction of travel but still perpendicular to others. Okay. So in TE modes, here just remember the electric field remain perpendicular to the direction of travel wave of propagation. So here this requirement can be met with proper coupling at input end of waveguides. Okay. So again just remember in TE modes there is no magnetic fields, only electric fields are there. So Ez equal to 0. If Z is the direction of propagation, then no electric line in the direction of propagations. Similarly, in magnetic modes, this is a magnetic modes. Okay. So here you will observe the magnetic field like this one. So electric field will be vertical while magnetic field or what horizontal will be there. So wave will be propagated in this direction and the magnetic field will be generated like this one. Okay. So in this also where M and N represent the number of half sinusoidal cycles of the fields. Okay. Now we will go for the hybrid modes. Hybrid modes means both the fields. If Ez and Hz are non-zero, then the mode is neither T nor Tm. Such mode is known as hybrid modes. Okay. So here, so here we have the 1 1 means H is for 1, that is magnetic fields are generated, E for 1, that is electric fields are generated. Okay. This mode does not carry any cutoff frequency. Hence, this is the mode through which the transmission of light takes place inside a single mode optical fiber over 100 kilometers. Okay. Now, just remember, we will go for the rectangular waveguides. So this is a rectangular waveguides. The hollow pipe is there, which has a cross-sectional area, that is A and B. These are the two cross-sectional area, basically used to transmit the electromagnetic waves inside these pipes. Generally, there are three types of waveguides are there: rectangular waveguide, circular waveguide, and elliptical waveguides. So in our syllabus, we have only the two waveguides. That is what we'll say rectangular and circular. Again, I will repeat the definition. A metallic rectangular waveguide is just like a metallic pipe of rectangular cross-sectional used as a waveguides is known as a rectangular waveguides. Okay. So that notes is also I have to share with you. Okay. Now, here in rectangular waveguides, we will go for the field patterns. Okay. So here TE modes in rectangular waveguides. So just remember TE10, this is the half cycle and these are the electric fields. This vertical line will represent the electric fields. Okay. So in this one the Z components will be what? 0, and in this is a dominant mode. So all electric fields are perpendicular to direction of propagations. So here this is the direction of waves and these electric waves are perpendicular to the direction of propagations. Similarly, T20 modes, if you observe this, it will be look like this one. So in T20 modes, the electric field will be also exist, which will be perpendicular to the direction of propagations. So choose the dimension of waveguides in such a way that in given input signal of energy of dominant mode can be transmitted to the waveguides. So you will observe the two modes T10 and T20. Just check the waveforms. In both the modes, that electric field basically perpendicular to the direction of propagation of waves. Okay. So this is for the rectangular waveguides. Now we will go for what TM mode in a rectangular waveguide, in rectangular waveguides. So just remember these magnetic fields are there, and this is the direction of waves. Okay, field exists in discrete patterns. All the fields component have sinusoidal amplitude variation in both an x and y directions. So at the waveguide walls, tangential component of electric fields is 0 and tangential component of magnetic fields are maximum. So here at the walls you will see magnetic fields are maximum at the end of walls. Okay. So this is a TM mode, that is a transverse magnetic modes. So field pattern of T10, T20 and T1 mode. So how it will look like, we will just check it. Here we will go, here T10 modes of rectangular waveguides. You will observe these are what, that will be the electric fields and these are the magnetic fields. Okay. So here this is a top view and this one is what, front view is there. Okay. So the solid line will be electric fields and dotted line will be what, magnetic fields. So always remember magnetic fields are what, that should be circular, and the electric fields basically it will be horizontal. So we have the cross sectional area for both the fields, that is electric fields and magnetic fields. So you will observe T10 modes. So this applicable to all T10 modes, the whole configuration travel down to waveguides with group velocity, but at the end, any instant of time, the whole waveguide is filled by these fields. Okay. Similarly, we will go for T20 modes. Just remember, the magnetic field pattern will be remain the same, but for the electric field pattern, we will just check it, it will be closer to each others. So the field pattern of higher TM0 modes are logical extension of first two modes. Okay. Then you will observe this, the electric fields are perpendicular and the magnetic fields is looking like this one in T20 modes. Now we will go for T11 modes. So this is a magnetic field pattern 1, 2, 3. Then you will observe this, just check it. This is a magnetic fields and these are what, that should be the electric fields. So both are perpendicular to each others. Again, there is also electric field component in the direction of propagation as magnetic field was case of TE modes. So here the interaction between electric and magnetic field lines are perpendicular. So you will observe this. So what will be the advantage of rectangular waveguide? So it can operate higher frequency above 1 gigahertz. So you will just remember this point for the, what we will say, for the multiple choice question. So it can operate at higher frequency above 1 gigahertz. The power handling capacity is more than transmission line. Power losses are less as compared to transmission line, and manufacturing is simple than coaxial cables. So application in most common waveguide which commonly used for transmission of microwave frequency above 1 gigahertz. Now we will go for the propagation of waves through rectangular waveguides. So that should be covered in the next lectures. Thank you.